dudes like me, because my whole thing right now is getting my first rental property so I can get the equity, get a lump sum of legal money so I could do other things with it, reinvest other properties, into myself, into my brand. And what's the first mistake you made, and what's a common mistake that maybe you didn't have to make because, like you said, your uncles, your friends already do this, but they give us the first mistake you made.
Ain't a profit. I got this shit booming. I came home, started over, got this shit moving. The Black Empire.
What up, bro?
What's good?
This is the first one. When I left, you ain't had none.
Yeah, nah. Hell no. This is number one. How you doing? No, not yet.
Not yet. We just showing this first crib. So tell me how you got it, bro.
This one I got, this was like one of the land bank ones. This was like the first one I bought through the land bank. And you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank for the land bank. So me and my Uncle Devon, we ran a little scheme on the land bank where I didn't have enough money in the bank, he didn't have enough money in the bank. So I took his money that he had in the bank and put it in my bank account. Well, you had to do it in like 3 different bank accounts to make it look like you had enough. So then I was able to get mine, he was able to get his that way. That's how we just played a little scheme. So let's say for instance, you're supposed to have like 60,000 in order to buy it in the bank. Where I might have had 20,000, he might have had 20,000 or 30,000, whatever the case may be. We made it look like I got 60, he got 60. You get what I'm saying? By playing the game on the bank. That's how I was able to get it. That's what I did.
I left April 26, 2017 on a Wednesday. You ain't had one crib. How many cribs you got?
Shit, since you've been gone, I bought 10 altogether.
10?
Since you've been gone. I had 10 altogether. Now I'm down to 7 right now.
How many units though? Because we from upstate Syracuse, New York, and a lot of our houses is upstairs, downstairs, sometimes even 3 families.
So I got two families. I got two families. So that's 4 units. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So altogether I probably got like 11 units.
11 units.
11 units.
So what's the average rent in Syracuse, New York?
The lowest rent you're gonna pay?
No, average. Just,
average 1,200.
1,200.
That's average. 1,200. That's average. Yeah.
So 1,200 times 11.
Yeah.
Talk to me, y'all. I mean,
it's good.
That's nice.
Very nice.
That's very nice. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. It's overhead shit going on, other shit in the world.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. That's not all profit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We understand that. But this how it started.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the start of it. Word.
All right.
Great. In the truck with you right now, let me listen to the audio. See how it came out.
I want to welcome y'all today to the Dirty Davis Show. Today I got my brother Rufus Kearse, extraordinaire, owner of many hats, car lots, E&M Family Autos, 20 cribs. He had Dooley's, which was a corner store / restaurant / barbershop / gambling spot. You know what I'm saying? Few things, you know what I'm saying? Hustler extraordinaire. Boy was driving the sports when he was 12. One of the few, him, Ty from the Mid, Kalika. I was getting money 91, 92, 12, 13, 14. Our mothers was taking us. Our aunts was taking us. He was driving. We was in that motherfucking 12 deep, lapped up, but we was driving. So, yeah, this is who I'm bringing today, and he gonna give us his story, and he gonna show us what transition looked like in real time from this to that. So with no further ado.
Rufus Kearse, Boonk, AKA Boonk. My friends call me, but Rufus.
We're gonna get right into it. Like, give us a little background and, like kind of how you grew up.
Grew up in a single household, me and my mother. It was just me and my moms. my mom's side of the family is different from my dad's side of the family. My mom's side of the family was more of the working side, and then my dad's side of the family was more like the street side. So how I look at it is I had the best of both worlds. That's how I look at it.
Tell us about, some of the things you experienced, you seen, far as growing up on your father's side that was different from your mother's side. You said your mother's side was the working side, your father's side was the street hustling side. So what was typical things you would see in your mother's home and things when you would go with your dad? What was the difference?
The difference was, okay, and my mom's side of the family was more of, you got cookouts every week. They finding something to have a cookout about or have a party about, whatever the case may be. It was like more of a family orientated thing, where on my dad's side it was family orientated, but it was more of they was more into fashion, more into cars, more into hustling. Like on my dad's side of the family, I seen shit that my mom's side of the family probably never seen before. So it was like
like what? What you would see?
Like shit, street life, like everything from street life. Like you got the boosters coming over every single day, dropping off clothes. Like on my dad's side of the family, everybody was hustlers. Nobody had a job. Nobody had a job ever. So it was like later on in life, now motherfuckers got jobs. Back then, nobody had a job at all. Nobody worked. It was just all about the hustle.
How old is you, Boom?
Right now I'm 47.
So what age is this?
Shit, this young. This about 9, 10, 11.
So if you got me by 1 year, 2 years, you got me by 1 year, so this 88, 80, this the crack era.
Yeah, this is the crack era. The crack era was, no, this is before the crack era.
It's powder.
Yeah, this is the powder era. This is before the crack era, because it was powder back then. So
I know the story, but for the people, outside of Syracuse, New York, upstate New York, get into that. Your family got maybe a bad thing. Not maybe. We're gonna call it what it is, a bad thing. But what is that though?
It was more
like, your granddad with the east side and all that.
It was more like, okay, back then it was, they really didn't live on the east side long, so it was like, they lived on Mountain View, which is the east side, but they lived in a house on Mountain View. We went from a house on Mountain View to living in the projects on the east side, waiting for the house on McClure to be done. So, that was cool, but it was all hustling going on, don't get me wrong, nothing but hustling going on all day long. At that time, I really didn't know what hustling was, you get what I'm saying? I didn't know what that shit was. By the time we moved down on McClure, though, is when now I know, like, what's going on. Now it's like, you being showed the money, like, yo, have you ever seen this type of money? Look at this, look what I got. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Is it true that your granddad, your grandmom's husband, Doc Ballard, the first person to sell crack, introduced crack cocaine in Syracuse, New York?
I don't know.
Because I've been hearing that forever. Like the first place you could buy cooked up crack on Crowley back in the day.
Nah.
Old timers.
Nah. Only reason why I'm gonna say no to that is because crack, we was already down the way. We was already living down the way when the crack came out. You get what I'm saying? Like, we was on Carvin already when crack came out. Before crack, it was powder. So I remember everybody selling QTs, like, the pony packs of powder. So I don't know if he was the first person or not.
That's some jail shit I picked up, by the way, y'all. You know how that be.
Yeah, because I think
I know the old timer, blah, blah, blah.
I think at that time, like, he wasn't locked up yet. Nope, I ain't even gonna say he was locked up yet. He was free. He could have been, because he was free during that time. So he could have been. He didn't go to jail for the homicide and all that shit until later on. After all of that, I was already in the streets by the time that happened. So,
okay. Like, what's some of the things your uncles and them had you doing as a kid?
As a kid, young. When I was young, at first I used to be I was so like, I wanted the money so bad. I wanted it. I wanted to be in so bad. I didn't care what part I would have been in. But so back then, he used to let me bag up. He never knew I knew how to do it. But me and my cousin used to play around so much in this shit, like play with powder, like with baby powder and motherfucking
fake bag it up.
Fake bag it up. You get what I'm saying? So one day I told him, like, yo, I know how to bag that up. He's like, no, you don't. Show me. So then I showed him that I know how to bag it up. So after that, like, my job was to, like, he would pay me to bag it up. You get what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, you like 10, 11 years old, you can bag up work. You get what I'm saying? You can weigh it out. You can bag it up. And at that age, think about that shit.
Yeah,
like,
come on, man. You would kill your baby right now. You catch him doing that.
Man. I couldn't imagine. But at that time, he was like, everybody doing it. So I'm bagging it up. He paying me to do that shit. He paying me to bag it up. So at that time, I would bag up whatever he gave me to bag up. And I went from bagging it up to now I can take it to the spot every day. You get what I'm saying? Like I can not run the spot, but go back and forth to the spot, give them more. They run out, they call me, I go back and give them more. Then I graduated from that to now I can be at the spot. During that same time, now I'm going to New York. He taught me how to do that shit. Go to New York.
How old is you when he teaching you to go to New York City by yourself?
13. I'm like 13.
So what you like? They taking you down there, meeting to connect, giving you the work, dropping you off, Port Authority.
Just dropping me off in the front or down the street from
Old school, classic.
Yeah. Like I knew like you couldn't wear hats on the highway. You couldn't wear white t-shirts on the highway. Like you had to wear a button-up shirt when you on the highway. No hats allowed. Like you get no more than 2 or 3 people in the car back then. I get dropped off at Port Authority or whatever. I know how to get on a bus, catch the bus back home to Syracuse. At the bus station here in Syracuse, get in a cab, get dropped off from a cab to wherever I'm supposed to go, to my grandmother's house, my aunt's house, wherever I was going. And after that, I just kept graduating.
And the whole time, your mother know none of this going on.
Not even.
You at daddy's house.
Straight up. I'm at my grandma's crib.
You at your grandma's house crib. Shout out to Drake.
Right now, my moms don't know none of that shit still right now today. Baby. I ain't gonna hold you. Right now, she don't know none of that. My mom still don't know none of that shit.
Well, episode 2, she well now.
But it was more of me wanting to being nosy. You get what I'm saying? Being long-eyed and seeing what they had, like the cars, the jewelry, all that shit, and I wanted it.
So fast forward, now you 15, 16, 17. Now we outside.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Now,
What's with your friends? Like, what y'all into?
At that time, I had the same friends, which was, Wiggles, Wigwam, Tone. We was all still we was all still friends at that time, even when I was younger. So now we started gambling, in the neighborhood over here. Coming over here because Wig lived over here, Wigwam lived over here. So we would all come over here. We was really hanging out Elk at the time. We was all really from Elk at that time. So we all came from Elk to being over here every day, making our own shit, basically. We hustling, doing whatever, running the streets. Then people like you, Red, God bless his soul, everybody started hanging out over here. It was like a gambling spot.
Right.
It went from gambling to we fighting together, we doing whatever together. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Being terrible. That's basically what it was. We started being terrible together.
So, and from, you gotta walk us through, give us a quick 15 to 03, I'm 24, you 25. Mm-hmm. So run that down for the people. Like
03?
No. 95 to 03, because I believe you was a part of a federal RICO indictment.
Yes.
And I believe in it. One of the very first overt act that established the RICO was September 13th, 1995 on West Beard and Midland, on the south side of Syracuse. I believe his name was Rasul Barnett. So the feds come June 18th, 2003. No, that's the day the indictment come out. They kicked the doors in June 23rd, 03 for the federal boot camp RICO case. Yeah. So I need you to run me, how did you get indicted by the feds? Because they ain't just wake up on that day and come get you.
Oh, nah. Basically what happened was...
Because you stopped dealing with your uncles that, graduated, went on to your...
Yeah, so...
That happened pretty fast.
Yeah, that was like high school. Like, I'm gonna say about 17, 18 is when I really stopped dealing with my uncle and them like that. I was dealing with my friends, so we into everything. Like, we beefing with the whole Syracuse, New York at the time. We have, we really beefing with everybody. So the police would, get us. They couldn't get nobody to never really tell on nobody, basically, was what was happening. They couldn't get nobody to tell on nobody. So we would continue on doing what we're doing. Now we all hustling, we all shooting in New York together, doing whatever we do, coming back, doing what we do.
How many bricks y'all was getting?
At that time, we graduated. So in the beginning, it was I might buy half a brick, whatever the case may be. The next person might do the exact same thing. So it was never nobody pooling their money together. You get what I'm saying? You might have 1 or 2 people trying to do that, but everybody wasn't doing it like that. So by time we made it to before the police came, like nobody wasn't really beefing. Like I'm being honest, like the beef wasn't really going on. It was going on, you know, you still having little shit here and there, but it wasn't nothing real. You get what I'm saying? Now we really trying to get a couple dollars. Like everybody growing up a little bit, so trying to get a couple dollars. But as when we was young, nobody didn't give a fuck about it. We was getting a couple dollars, but nobody wasn't giving a fuck about that. It was more about like surviving. You get what I'm saying? Like holding down the neighborhood, holding down each other, making sure nothing don't happen to each other, shit like that. But before we went to jail, how many bricks? Shit. We ended up having to connect, and during that time when we had this connect, he would basically tell us.
Where was this connect at?
In New York. He was in New York.
Oh, where is that? Harlem, Washington Heights, the
Washington
Bronx.
Heights. He was in Washington Heights. And me and Tone, a friend of mine, Tone, we ended up meeting him. We went down. We ended up meeting him, and we tested him the first time. We might have bought like a half a brick from him. We tested it, and then as we bought the half a brick and tested him the first time, the next time we went down to buy a whole one, and he was like, "Yo, y'all don't gotta drive it. I'll bring it back for you." I mean, like, what? Like I do that for you every single time, and whatever you buy, I'll give you that on top. So now that was the first round. I mean, that was like the second round. He did that. So now every time we would go, we'd take our money down, give him our money, and he'd come back and bring everything. He'd bring everything to us every single time, till it graduated to where now I'm using all my friends' money. Like, give me your money, give me your money, give me your money, and I can get everything on top of it.
So you get.
I'm getting everything from me.
Bull give it.
The longer they get what they want, everything's cool. You get what I'm saying? Everything
this bitch get 4 free keys.
Easily. But at that time, we didn't know I'm gonna say we knew the game, but we didn't know.
I ain't mad at you. That's your plug. Is what it's born.
Definitely.
That's the same game.
Definitely.
Ain't no felony favors. I die and go to jail with you, but you gonna pay this point.
It was perfect. I ain't gonna lie.
Hello.
And we can be in the bar right now and order it from the bar. By the time we wake up in the morning, he's already here. It was smooth. Like, we didn't go to jail with the RICO about drugs. Like, you get what I'm saying? We went to jail with RICO about gang violence, but we really wasn't in like that no more. Like, we was in it, but we wasn't in it the way that when that shit came out.
All right, we gonna transition from that. What made you say the streets wasn't it no more? When did you know, like, you woke up one day? Like, I know when I did. I woke up one day and I was in jail on his last bed. And maybe not the literal day, but I knew when I was like, I ain't selling no cocaine no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I went to jail a week before I turned 38. Literally, like 10 days before I turned 38. So I say I went to jail when I was 38. I had a 9 flat. I did 7 years, 8 months, 5 days. The first 4.5 years you bumped into me, I was in Greenhaven and Wallkill, and you was in the yard with me, in the day room with me, on the tier with me. I was coming home to sell 1 million keys again. Fuck that. I just did all this time. I don't care what nobody talking about. I'm lying to my wife. Yo, I'm never doing it again. I'm in jail fucking with every Dominican, exchanging infos, getting numbers and then numbers, mothers and baby mothers, sisters and fathers' numbers. I'm fake Dominican in jail. So my first 5 years, I'm coming home to sell keys again. Then, you know how we do as criminals thinking. I said, well, I'm only gonna sell weed. That ain't bad, I'm gonna sell weed. You know, that's what we tell ourselves. And then maybe about the last year, yeah, we in the corner store. You see I threw that on the ground? They gonna get that. Bit Lil Mo in them. Well, they gonna have a crackhead nigga come in here and get that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home and chase my dream. Like, I'm gonna come home and fuck with the podcast. You know, I was going live, Dirty David Show, Day in the Life, 10 years ago. Bullshitting. Nori had one. Nobody had a podcast.
Yeah, I remember that.
I put one episode out, they kicked the door in a week later. I had the Dirty David Show 8 years ago. I had this dream. And maybe like my last year, I said, yo, I'm gonna go home, rap my ass off, I'm gonna tap in with the Big Bro Kiss, and I'm gonna come home and work. And here I am today. When did you feel like that?
When I was in prison, I had got 10 to life from all that shit. I ended up with 10 to life. So when I was in prison, they asked me a question like, they told me, at that time they told me that you had they asked me in transitional services basically some shit like did you ever have a job? So I'm like, no, I ain't never had a job. So they was like, you basically told me I didn't start a life yet because I never had a job. You get what I'm saying? So when they told me I never had a job, I'm like, huh? So you ain't start life. So they start breaking everything down to me about life and Social Security later on in life and shit like that. I'm like, oh shit. I never knew nothing about Social Security. Like when this shit is all over, what you do? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So from that day forward, after transitional services, I'm like, yo, when I go home, no matter what I get into, no matter what I'm into, no matter what I'm not into, I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna work that job. So when I came home from prison, I got a job immediately. While I was on work release, my dad had his job already set up for me. I'm still on that job right now, still today.
How many years that's been?
15.
So you came home when?
15 years ago.
2010?
Yep, 2010. Yep.
2010, okay.
Yep.
So you've been at the same job and you started at $11, what you make now?
Right now I make like $30 an hour. But at that time when I first came home from jail 15 years ago, I was working in the warehouse at the time at the same place. And I was making like $11 an hour. 3 kids, $11 an hour. It was nothing at all.
Okay. So while you working, was it at ever time since you been home before you transitioned to you being full legal that you felt like you had to dibble and dabble, like I'm gonna work, I ain't gonna go as hard as I normally would, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Some of us, we say, well, we got 3 or 4, in our city, Syracuse, New York, we say, we call our customers licks. And when you got a good lick, white, black, blue, and green, when you can give them this amount and charge them this amount, we call those powers. Y'all might got a different lingo. In our town, dude come home and he like, yo, I ain't gonna hustle no more, I'm not gonna do this, that, and the third, and he call himself getting a job, and he gonna ride the fence, and he gonna keep 3 or 4 powers. He keep a little quarter ounce, little 10 grams or whatever he's selling, and he keep that for his 3 or 4 customers, and I ain't selling to nobody else. You never did that with weed, crack, coke, or anything?
Definitely. Like in the beginning, I was on that, I ain't gonna hustle, I ain't gonna do nothing, I'm just gonna work. Shit don't add up. It wasn't adding up. No lie. No matter what I did, it didn't add up. So I started selling a little bit of weed. Me and my cousin Dooley, which God bless the dad, whatever.
Rest in peace, Dooley.
Rest in peace, Dooley. I was he was like, yo, you ain't gotta, fuck with the other shit. Fuck with the weed with me. Just do it with me. I'll move it all. Just help me with it. So I was on work release when I first came home, so you don't get none of your checks. So every little money that somebody would have gave me when I came home, shit like that, I just gave it all to him. Like, do whatever you gonna do with it. Ain't nothing I can do with it right now. Just keep on going. By the time I got off of work release, I had a couple dollars saved up from work release. I had a couple dollars saved up. So
what was that like? Because I heard the numbers is crazy. Dudes getting checks for $23,000, $40,000. Because like Lil Bro, he been on work release literally like 19, 20 months. He finna get a banana. No homo. He finna get some crazy shit.
With me, I never took no money out because you were able to take money out to buy.
Yeah, he never took none out neither too.
I never took a dime out. So when I finally got off work release, I might have had like, I ain't had no 23, but I might have had like 15 grand like when I got out.
Yeah, but you ain't do that long neither though.
Nah, but so I did probably like 6 months.
Right, I'm talking 21 months.
Yeah. So what ended up happening was, I was so thirsty about a car, so I went in right and got a car. You get what I'm saying? Like I wasn't going back to the street, so I'm like, I'm gonna go get a car. And I gave the rest of it to him.
What was it?
At that time, I had bought a Chevy Impala, but it was 2000. It was.
You had the white Tahoe.
Not yet. I ain't get the white Tahoe until afterwards. Once I started getting a couple dollars, that was like a couple months later. Yeah. I got the Impala first.
I remember the Impala.
I sold the Impala to Dusko. I sold the Impala to Dusko, and he gave me that money to go towards me.
Pardon me, y'all. This is my brother in real life.
Oh, definitely. But I went and got I had the Impala from Hottie. I bought that Impala from Hottie. It was a 2006, and we was in 2010, so it was only 4 years old. And this dude Miser that we all used to deal with back in the days that paint cars, it was all scratched up. So he painted it from me coming home. He painted it for free. He painted it for free. So that was basically like, I got a cheap car. Boom. And I went from there. I went and got the Tahoe after that, like right after that.
So you said you fucking with the weed. What y'all, like you selling apes, quarter, like what you run, at work, selling weed, or you selling pounds? What's going on?
We selling whatever, pounds, eighths, quarters, halves, ounces, whatever. But mainly, he's like he's known for weed. He was known for weed, God bless his soul. But he was known for weed. I really wasn't known for the weed, so he's doing most of it. But I'm doing the people that I know. I'm selling it to the people that I know.
When did you decide that I'm not gonna do anything illegal, this ain't for me, I'm not even gonna sell weed, I'm gonna put the same energy that I put into this life for the last 30 years, and I'm gonna put this into what I'm doing today, 9 houses later?
After he died, once he passed away, it was just like, passed away for basically an ounce of weed. You get what I'm saying?
Which was to him $60, $40.
So once that happened, I just was like, yo, you know what? Like, somebody will kill you for the littlest shit just because they think you got more than what you got. So once that happened, I just was like, fuck it, it is what it is. Whatever I didn't have at that time, I ain't gonna have. So now it was like,
what year is this? Because we in 25 now.
I was like 18. You went to jail 17.
17.
So that was 18. So
Deuce died 16.
So yeah, so that was 18. So it took me like a year to get myself together, like to get my mind back right. So it took me like a year to get my mind back right.
2, because he died May 16.
Yeah, so about that time, it took me a little minute to get my head back together after it happened with him. So once I got myself back together is when I said, fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do. First I went and opened Dusko's, which was the store.
You and who, your little brother?
Me and my little brother, we opened Dusko's. And now QP, me and my little brother QP opened up Dusko's.
Shout out QP.
And once that happened, as soon as after we opened up Dusko's, the house was introduced to me by my uncle. Like, basically,
who's your uncle?
My uncle Lamar. He was he do houses and shit like that as well. Like, but he introduced that shit to me, and when he introduced it, like saying like, this is the route. It was really his son. It was like Lamar was saying it, but his son was really the one, which is Marmar. He was really the one that was saying it. Like,
shout out Marmar, man.
Marmar was like, yo, I'm gonna try it. That's what he said to me. Like, yo, I'm gonna try it and see what it do. If the numbers make sense, this might be the move to make.
And what was that?
He was seeing, like, he was investing with another guy.
What, in the house?
In houses. And he was like, yo, if this move makes sense, you can transfer.
What was the investment, if you don't mind letting us know? It was 10 years ago.
I'm not sure what his investment was at that time.
So tell us about your first house.
My first house was the land bank house. I didn't have all the money to buy it. I had the money to pay for the house, but I didn't have the money to fix it. And in the land bank house, you had to have this shit called specs. And when you doing the specs, you had to have you had to have all the money in the bank. I didn't have all the money in the bank, but me being a street nigga, I learned, I figured out how to beat that part of the system. And when I beat that part of the system, it ended up working. Me beating that part of the system was more of me saying, all right, I went to my other uncle, which is Devon. Shout out my uncle Devon. And he was trying to buy a house at the same time. He was having the same problem I was having, not having all the money in the bank. So what we did was, I took his money that he was gonna use, I put it in 2 different bank accounts. So I had Vision and Bank of America. I split the money in both of them, and I also had another bank called
and had them 2 send it to one.
No, I went to each one of them, got a receipt saying I had this much in this bank, this much in this bank, and this much in this bank. I took all those papers down to the land bank. They approved it. Once they approved that shit,
you took the money out.
I took the money out and put it in his bank.
And he got approved.
Do the exact same. He got approved. He ended up getting approved.
Yo, listen, jewelry. Y'all hear that? Even if you don't got all the money, you can do it a legal way. See how you put the same hustle? Damn, this shit ain't locking up. Let me call my uncle so we can get it together. Yo, That was the exact same thing and the legal metaphor for it. That was perfect. Organic too.
After we did it.
I was in jail for this.
Yeah, my uncle Lamar was telling, like, he had the money, but he wouldn't give it to us. So by him not giving it to us, I just had to figure it out. So that's why I went that route, and that route worked.
So you didn't even have to resort to selling drugs, doing a robbery, doing some type of fraud, check scam, none of that.
None of that came from.
Who taught y'all about putting the money in 3 different banks? What that piece of information is the golden piece? Who said do it like this?
Nobody. It was just something like, let me try it this way.
Ooh.
Let me try it.
Talk
and it worked.
to you nice.
And it worked. 100% worked. It was like, because it's like it's kind of like a setup. Like, the areas that we live in, who got that type of money to sit in the bank and say, okay, I got 50, 60,000 in the bank to go buy this house. It might have been 5,000, but I got 50 in the bank.
So that lesson is basically you. What did you learn? No. Let me ask you this way. What did you have to unlearn so you can be successful in real estate and dealing with different people and different backgrounds? Like, what's some of the things that we pride ourselves on that we hold on to for all the wrong reasons that'll get in somebody's way? Like, where did you have to check yourself, or where did you stumble and you learned, like, you know what, I can't use that tactic in this part of my life, even though this the perfect tactic over here. And you had to unlearn from doing that because you just can't, you trying to live a certain kind of way. What did you have to unlearn? What was holding you back? One lesson.
Honestly, the image. I had to unlearn the image.
Talk to me.
I had to unlearn the image. Like it was
me.
about the image. Like, think about it. Like the clothes, the girls, you got to unlearn that shit. Once I unlearned that, like you didn't need to go buy the Gucci, none of that shit.
Even though you got all that, but we understand.
Yeah, but once you don't have to have that shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? So once I learned that I didn't need that, it was like a plus for me after that. It was like, you gaining. Now you can gain because I can go out and be the exact same person without the Gucci. I can go put on Levi and I'm still gonna be Rufus. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all authentic self, man. Dark, man. Detail, accountability, relentless, and tough, man. None of that got nothing to do with what kind of clothes you wear, what kind of jewelry you got on. None of that. Once you unlearn that, and that's what I'm learning today.
Also, like, you got it. You know, we got mad friends. So I'm watching my friends, like certain of them, not all of them, but I'm watching. You know, my friends is coming home from jail, whatever the case may be. But I'm watching other friends that was younger than us. Like, I'm gonna use Chulo. I'm watching him, like, honestly, this is the God's honest truth. I'm watching him, like, grow. Like, I'm like, damn, like, he really winning. Like, he winning on another level. Like, and mind you, he's from where we from. You get what I'm saying? Like, into the streets, into the clothes, into the cars, whatever the case may be. But I'm watching him like, nah, boom, I ain't in that. I ain't doing that at all. Like, but he's winning. You get what I'm saying? They winning. And I'm like, oh, shit. Him and Petty. I'm watching them like, damn.
Talk to him. Shout out Randy, man.
Him and Chulo. I'm not even gonna lie.
You're gonna be on one of these, Playboy, because your story
I watch them. So when I'm watching them, and I'm like always like hitting one of them, like, yo, I like what I see. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm always bigging them up because I'm watching. I know where they came from. You get what I'm saying? To where they was at, and they not doing it for the streets.
Let me ask you, what's a rookie mistake you made, and what's a common mistake people make jumping into the real estate game? Dudes like me, because my whole thing right now is getting my first rental property so I can get the equity, get a lump sum of legal money so I could do other things with it, you know, reinvest other properties, you know, into myself, into my brand. And what's the first mistake you made, and what's a common mistake that maybe you didn't have to make because, like you said, your uncles, your friends already do this, but give us the first mistake you made.
The first mistake I made...
A financial one where it cost you some real money.
All right, so the first one I think I made was going in there thinking like, I gotta change everything in the whole house. Like, knock out all the walls, take out all the floors. And when I did that, it's like, it cost me so much at the end for a rental property. You get what I'm saying? I learned from that. That was one of my biggest mistakes.
Overdoing it.
I
think one of our friends told me that yesterday.
Yeah, I overdid it. That time I overdid it because there was rental properties. Like, so me doing it that day.
Matter of fact, two of our friends, Mikey and Tonio, told me yesterday. Mikey said, I overdo it like I'm gonna live in it. I put too much into that. Tonio got the house around the corner on Mark and Carvin. Shit nice as fuck.
But you put too much into it. So it's like, I thought like that was...
You had to overdo it. Yes. You wanted to have Rufus has nice home. You wanted, a good word on your name. You put so much into it.
People don't take care of your properties. Like, so you got to go in there. For me, I had to go in there and I learned from that one.
To be moderate.
Make them nice, but you don't got to overdo it. And that's what I did. Like, I learned from that. I might have lost like 20 grand, 30 grand from that house. But, matter of fact, it's not even a loss. I ain't even gonna say it was a loss.
It was a lesson.
It was a lesson. That's basically what it was. It was a lesson.
Yeah, we don't do losses.
Nah, it wasn't
know
a
that.
loss.
We don't do no losses.
Nah.
So let me ask you this, right? What was something that you already was aware of not to do, and that you may have heard stories of dude doing, you know, really losing some money. Like, something that you can give, you know, put dudes up on, like, yo, this is a common mistake. Don't do this. Outside of, you know, making a over redoing the house.
Don't be a follower. Don't, because you see somebody else doing it, don't do it. Don't do it because you think that I own a house, I'm gonna be rich, or I own a house because I'm gonna have this. It's not that. Like, when you add it up, the maths, don't get me wrong, but do it because that's something you like, that's something that you into, because other than that, you're gonna lose every single time. It's gonna be a loss. I'm
learning that now. You know, my bro telling me that now. Like, yo, Kiss told me that. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, this where you at. This podcast, this content. I gotta do something where my passion is. You know what I'm saying? As much as I wanna come home and I wanna get a real estate, I wanna do this, I gotta stay in my lane. You know, hopefully other opportunities will open up later for me, but I'm identifying where my passion is. You can't do it for the money. I'm still, you know, because I'm not where I want to be financially, so, you know, I want to do money grabs and this for the money, this for the money, but I'm to the point, it's being drilled in my head over and over with this nigga. It's something about what we building, long-term longevity, you know what I'm saying, for our children, you know what I'm saying, for our nephews, and, you know, to the outside world, you know, this thing really like a family. This thing's really, all our kids, we go to all kind of everything together. So it's a lot of people, we got to build something, and if you doing it just for money, it's not gonna happen. I think that's where I separated at. It's not all about the money for me. Yeah, it can't be. It's because it's for your grand. It's not even for Mello. It's for his children. Yeah. It can't be the money for you. The money is for them. Definitely. They keep talking about this thing, generational wealth. I've been hearing about it, you know, the whole time I was going. I'm trying to figure that out. Oh no, I'm 100% into the general. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm into that. So that's why we talk about Mello kids. We ain't even talking about Mello. Mello in the house with you. He gonna get all the fruits now. Definitely. He's not missing anything. No. I feel like we live American dream. It's something fake. You go buy a house. You old enough to go buy a house. You buy a house. Why would you go buy a house? You're buying a build. To me, you buy a build. Unless you bought a 2-family house. You buy a 2-family house. You didn't buy a build. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like everybody should do that. Instead, try to buy a multiple family house before you buy a house for yourself. Buy a multiple family house. Live in it if that's what you and your family gotta live in it. Live upstairs. 18 months. See, that's my goal right now. Like, that's the best thing to me. That is the best thing for me. Like, I didn't know that in the beginning. That was one of the things that I made a mistake and I bought a one family. I got probably like 4 1-families, and they, don't get me wrong, they make money, but at the exact same time, I wish I would have just bought all 2 families at that time. Multiple units. Multiple 3, units. 4. You need that because at the end of the day, that's where all the money gonna come in at, if you in it for the money. Let me ask you this. What's your next big move? Like, what you plotting right now? So obviously, you go from this kid, grow up, you know, in the streets, kind of chosen, kind of, you know, you was born in it, because you said you had 2 sides. Mm-hmm. You go from that, you know, you grow up, you running with a crew, you get indicted by the feds, you go, well, you got, and at the same time the feds came, it was a 46 count OCTF, Organized Crime Task Force case, Attorney General out of Albany. They do those on the state level, similar to a RICO. And even though he's from our neighborhood, Millen and Corvin boot camp, it was a 46-man state level case that he got wrapped in. That's why he had a 10 to life. So for the brothers who familiar with, you know, state law, federal law, hear us saying he had a RICO Fed case, but he had a 10 to life. And the feds, they don't give out 10 to life. It's either life, 10, 15. So he had a parallel thing at the exact same time. He's in the county jail when I'm in the county jail. They basically told me, Kecko, which was the federal DA at the time. He prosecutor, John Kecko. Yeah, John Kecko. He became a congressman off my neighborhood, by the way. Yeah, he basically told me at that time, like, you take the time in the state, we won't charge you in the feds. Just take the time in the state. That's why I took 10. I took more time than everybody else took. The Connect got 11 and I got 10. That's why I ended up with 10 years. Nobody else got 10 years but me in that case. Right. So moving right along, like you know, you bobbed and weaved the streets. You bobbed and weaved the streets. You go to prison. You come home. You transition to working, but you're dabbling with weed. You and your cousin Dooley. Dooley gets killed, unfortunately. You decide, you know, in the next 18 to 2 years later, you know, you're going through dealing with the love. Even though he's your cousin, he was more like a brother to you. So you're dealing with the loss of that. You get 9 homes, you're down to 7, you got 11 units, rolling on your wrist, AMS sweats, you know, corduroy, dad hat, fire, good MBs on. You chilling, you the super dad of the year. Back to our last question. What's your next big move? What you plotting? You trying to get a 15-unit building? You trying to, you know, you ain't done getting money?
Nah. Right now, I want it. It's this building that I want right now that I'm trying. I just actually.
Don't say where.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But it's just.
Don't say the number, because they'll put the number in and see what building costs that.
Nah.
Yeah, because these dudes terrible.
Yeah.
No, these dudes terrible.
Nah, but honestly, it's a car lot building. I've always been into cars, so I always wanted to sell cars.
Shout out Mikey 315
Definitely.
Motoring. We be up there.
Definitely, but right now I just put a bid in on this building on the north side.
To buy it, to own it, your building.
Because to me, like black people, we don't own buildings. Like, you get what I'm saying? We buy houses, but we don't buy buildings. Think about it. I
know somebody built a building. We'll get into that later.
But right now,
episode.
Yeah, but right now,
knock the building down and build his own. We'll get into that.
But right now, like, to me, like, I see we all buy houses. We all do that shit all day long, but we don't buy the building. So the guy wanted to rent the building for $1,200 a month, but I don't want to rent the building because it's a bill on your
we ain't renting
So
nothing.
right now, I'm just like, I put a bid in for the building right now. So that's my next biggest move, is buying the building. Like, I've always wanted to do that, like buy a building.
So you finna, so basically, we finna have Kearse Autos.
I'm not sure the name of it, but
no. I mean, you know.
Definitely.
Lightly to be determined.
Definitely. That's like mandatory right now for me.
So like, you going like mid-level, or you going like high-end, like 315 Motoring?
Nah,
they don't really got no Hondas.
No, I'm going mid-level.
Mid-level.
I'm gonna
Impalas.
It's for the people that can't afford the more expensive cars. Like, that's what I'm doing it for. Like, I love to see people smile.
The flip.
Yeah, it ain't even about the flip for me.
No, I'm saying, but you're gonna sell a lot of them. I mean,
but
it's
more about the people who can't afford them. So it's more to make them smile. You get what I'm saying?
So that's the community. Hov said, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them.
That's a fact.
So I got rich and gave back. For us, that's the win-win. And that's definitely what the Dirty Davis show is about. Getting rich and giving back. But not only getting rich and giving back, showing them how to fish. And with that, I want to thank my guest, Rufus Kearse, for coming on the show today, spending his time, sharing his story, trying to give us some little game, put us up on how to get a couple dollars. And got anything to say, bro?
I just want to shout out my grandmother, like, helped me and everything. That's it. Teaching me the game, guiding me. Andrea, Ballard, Kearse. That's it.
Ain't a profit. I got this shit booming. I came home, started over, got this shit moving. The Black Empire, y'all niggas know the movement.